If you're anything like me, and you've always wanted to learn to play the piano or the guitar or any other range of instruments, welcome, because we're about to get this party started. Terrible. I've always wanted to learn to play the piano, but I've always tried and failed to keep consistent. So, I'm now seriously learning to play the piano with a private tutor, the works, the full nine. Got my setup right there, and I have been religiously practicing for a couple of weeks. This video shows my progress thus far, and is it worth it? Let's find out. There's a certain level of anxiety when starting to play the piano again after having not played it in several years. What I'm doing right now is just a hand warm-up technique that my tutor showed me. Little did I know that I've actually been doing it wrong this entire time. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'd forgotten how quickly your hands can cramp doing unfamiliar movements. So the song that I'm trying to learn is a lo-fi jazzy composition by an artist called Surf. I've always been drawn to lo-fi. I think a lot of us can relate to this. It's just relaxing and peaceful. It's great background music, and it just kind of sets the mood for a chilled, focused session or just a moment of relaxation and peace. For now, let me just get lost in trying to figure this out. Excuse all the errors. I'm still learning. And that was day one done. Now, to give you guys a little bit of clarity, I'm actually learning two progressions. One is called Single File by Surf, and the other one is called Conversation by Do. By the second practice session, I would say I had this false sense of confidence. My hands were moving a lot smoother, they were still cramping, but little did I know I'm still making mistakes when doing this warm-up. To explain, my pinky shouldn't be going behind. Most of the movement should be the thumb, the index, and the middle finger. That's to avoid overextending and injuring yourself. I'd been practicing for a couple days now and recording every other day or so. I found the second I turned the camera on, I just got so stressed and self-conscious. Here you can see me physically just taking a deep breath and trying to just calm down and enjoy the music for what it is without being so self-conscious of myself. Yes, the camera's recording. Yes, it makes me uncomfortable. But maybe that's what I need right now. I need to be put in an uncomfortable situation so that I can get more confidence in myself. Even if that means hitting the wrong keys and being okay with leaving them in the video to see that I'm not perfect. I'm not grasping this straight away. It's not easy, and that's okay. The more I practice, the more I get sucked into the music, the calmer I feel, the less self-conscious I am. And not every day is going to be perfect. Some days whilst practicing I got so frustrated, I needed to take the dogs out and go for a walk, get some fresh air, and just lose myself in nature. Being kind to yourself is one of the hardest things, but one of the greatest things you could possibly do for yourself. I ended today's practice just fiddling around, playing random chords I find calming and emotional, just winding down and regulating after what was actually quite a stressful practice session for me. Third time recording, I was really stressed out. The energy at home was really busy. There'd been a bunch of unexpected changes to plans, which just dysregulated me completely. You can see I'm trying to let out some of that bad energy there. But I kept playing for a little bit longer, and eventually I just called it quits. Sometimes you just have to know when it's not working out, that's okay. Put it away and go do something that's going to make you feel a little bit better. And this is something I wish I told myself a little bit sooner. Practice what you preach, am I right, guys? Because it just got progressively worse, and I ended up eventually stepping away from the chaos of it all. But not before I'd thoroughly frustrated and annoyed the living daylights out of myself, thereby ruining the rest of my day. I found myself at the end of the week practicing for the final time this specific melody. My hand movements a lot more confident, and I even added in additional chord repetitions, as you'll see right here. 1, 2, 1, 2, which was not part of the original composition. So I was definitely getting a lot more comfortable in myself. That being said, it was extremely difficult. Not so much learning the chords and the progressions, but keeping consistent. Holding myself accountable and saying, no, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to practice the piano today. And sure, there were days where I didn't feel like it, and I tried and I failed, and those days I just walked away. And you know what? That's okay. Part of being kind to yourself is knowing when you just need to walk away. Four sessions down, and while I'm not playing at a sold-out stadium, I stuck with the chord progression long enough until I felt it click. For a brain that gets frustrated and gives up usually when I'm not playing like a professional after 5 minutes, I'd say that's a massive win. I'm going to keep documenting my piano journey, but alongside it, I've recently purchased a bass guitar. Now, I have zero experience playing on a bass, unlike the piano where I dabbled for numerous years. Now I know what you're thinking. Electric guitar, acoustic guitar, they look great. Those are monuments to my ADHD urges to see someone playing an instrument amazingly, going out, buying it, realizing I have no idea what I'm doing, and giving up. But we're going to do it the right way with the bass. We've got a tutor booked. We're going to go from day one with zero expectations, be kind to ourselves. We've got this. Stay tuned for more. Editor Ollie here. If you liked this kind of content, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me grow my channel. I appreciate the support, guys. Thanks. Bye.